Ryan Garcia suffers from white Jesus syndrome. If you've been under a rock and have not heard the recent white supremacist anti-black comments from Brother Ryan Garcia, then let me catch you up to speed. He recently said, this is just a bit of the white supremacist, racist, anti-black rant that this young man went on. He says, I'm KKK and, well, kill that George Floyd nigger again. This is just a part of what this idiot said. And what's so funny about it is, I'm still going to do, but I'm doing this first now. I was going to do a broadcast on some of the Christian failures, the recent Christian failures, Mount Zion, the stepping down of, I think it's Pastor Tony, get into the Hillsong, ex-Hillsong pastor, so on and so forth. But Ryan was also on that list because I seen him running around claiming to be this Christian, and simultaneously saw him get caught up with he got arrested for something. But I was going to bring that out before any of this went down. And then he comes out and does all this, makes all these not crazy, but white supremacist, anti-black remarks. I hate niggers. I'm anti-black. So this isn't me. This isn't allegedly. This is who he's professing to be. And that's who he is. I'm the KKK. Hey, let's go bring George Floyd back to life and go kill that nigger again. Hey man, live your truth. Live your truth. Show us who you are. It says mark them. So thank you for making it easier for us to see you, Snake. Now, the spirit of this live is they're now trying to play the two cards they like to play. One is his own card, talking about he's trolling. He's trolling. That's an online thing. A. This is real life, young man. So your trolling has consequences out here. B, they play the mental health card. This isn't a mental health issue. This is a ideological issue. The Mexican community is one of the most racist community towards black people that there is. A lot of people don't know this. They have it's a word I forget. For us specifically that they use. They won't use it in your presence, but it's the equivalent of nigger. And I mean, there's plenty of. I know people, and there's people you can look at, black people that is, that can tell you stories of Mexican friends who've told them of some of the racist ideologies that their parents and grandparents and things have towards us. This is all common. He comes from that stock. What you do need to understand is there's Hispanics with the Negroid descent, and there's Hispanics with Caucasian descent. Ryan's a Caucasian. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Okay? It says the spirit bears witness with our spirit. He's a white boy. And this rant just proves it. Even if he is of Negroid descent, it says not all Israel is Israel. Black and Israel is synonymous, if you don't get it. When I say anti-Israel, I'm saying anti-black. Synonymous. He doesn't understand this. But see, that ideology, not sickness, not madness, is a racist ideology. Just like it is a righteous thing to be racist. It's a righteous thing to have slaves. A nation of people, white people, have come in and twisted that narrative. Chattel slavery is what they introduced. The Bible, the Lord, does not support chattel slavery. A. Racism, being for your people, wanting to continue your race, wanting what's best for you. Righteous. White people, the colonialists, came in and twisted that narrative. See? Because the racism, when I say racism, you think of chattel slavery. That's your history. That's not me guessing. This isn't alleged. This isn't my ideology. This is history. The people who we were sold to, who facilitated the slave ships, are white people. Jewish people had financed slave boats. I don't know if they financed all of them, but they financed some of them. You may see them as Jewish. I just see them as white people. This is just history. This is just fact. You should not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn. I don't fear this society. If you see this video get flagged and me taken down, just know I'm speaking truth. So don't be ashamed. It says, in no wise speak against the truth, yet be ashamed of your own ignorance. It's not on me. This is why I did the post that I did. I love white people. Go watch it. This isn't coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of love. What Ryan is saying is coming from a place of hate. Now, I want to get into the brother's condition just a little bit so you can understand from Dr. Yese. That's right. Dr. Ye is in the building to help you to understand his condition. White supremia. Okay, white supremia is a very serious condition. And it stems from white Jesus. When you take white Jesus, when you consume white Jesus, it messes up your head, okay? So let's take a look first and foremost at the tattoos here. All right, here's Brother Ryan. He's got chosen. Well, we'll go get that last, right? Brother, you're not chosen. But you see the huge cross on his chest, the idol, and you see the lions, and you see the Bible verses. So how could someone with Bible verses written all over their body and lover of God be so racist in that negative way? Well, that's because the KKK, don't forget, is a biblical organization. It's a Christian organization. So that shouldn't shock you. He has Proverbs 20:2. Because Israelites can be bothered to actually read the word, let's take a look. The fear of the king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoketh him to anger sinneth against his own soul. So this is his narcissistic mindset. He thinks he's the king. All right, that's why he says no one can touch him, blah, blah, blah. The Lord can touch you, son, and he already did. He just did. He stripped you of your title and expelled you from your finances. Okay, you're going to figure out, he's going to learn just how short his arms are. He's going to learn how quickly that money can dry up. Son, if they can come for a Kanye West bag, your bag is a couple of pennies in the bucket. But look at verse 1 and 3 surrounding it. Kind of like John 3:16, we'll get to in a minute, that people don't read verse 12 or verse 15 or verse 17. Wine is a mocker. Wow. Strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. Wine is a anti-inhibitor. It makes you lose your inhibitions just like any other drug. That's why it is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings. You are no king, right? This has been proven by your being deceived by this drug. Furthermore, look at verse 3. Oh, before we go to verse 3, inhibitions. In case you don't know what inhibitions are, a feeling that makes one self-conscious and unable to act in a relaxed and natural way. You see, they're blaming the drugs, which I believe he is clearly on. I believe it's crack. I believe in about 10 years, you're going to see his mouth doing this more. Ryan's going to be talking like this in about 10 years. See, when you're from the hood, you've seen that mouth before. Watch him talk. About every 5 minutes, you'll see him. It's called crack. If you grow up in the hood, you know what a crackhead looks like. Allegedly. Just, hey, 10 years, I'll see y'all in 10 years. But see, when whatever drug he was taking, and he himself, this isn't allegedly, he's saying that he was set up. He had a drug in the system. They found drugs in the system. This isn't allegedly. It makes you lose your inhibitions. So he was speaking, he was behaving in a relaxed, natural way. He was being his natural white supremacist, anti-black self. That's who he was being. So it just enhanced that. Drugs make you more of who you are. Everyone knows this. Everyone's saying it. So if they make you more of who you are, that's who he was, times 10. And hence why he made these heinous anti-black statements. He's an anti-black. This is anti-blackism at its highest. And we have to learn how to cancel and shut down anybody that's coming with such blatantly violent, provoking, genocide promoting words or actions. Words are actions. That's how it starts, right? Hitler began with words. Look how it ended. So this is the ideology of the ADL. This is the ideology of the IAIDL, the Anti-Israelite Defense League. All right? If you don't know who they are, look them up. Anti-Israelite Defense League. So he lost his inhibitions and became more of who he was. Look at verse 3. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife. Another word for strife is fighting. He's a brawler. He's angry. None of these are excuses. If he had any wisdom and there was anyone wise around him, he would stop fighting and get the help that he needs. And the help that he needs is to be away from black people. That's the help he needs. But every fool will be meddling. Another word for meddling is trolling. So a fool has said in his heart that there is no Lord. He's trying to profess that there is one. The problem is he has an idol in his head named white Jesus. That is not the image of Christ. And a lot of Christians suffer from this disease. Hence why he would make the statements he made and why black people or anyone else would approve or try to defend the statements that he made. Remember, I'm not here to defend him. I'm here to explain him and then hopefully expel him. The next verse you see on Brother Ryan in the middle over his cross, which is not protecting him, Matthew 22 and 37. Let's take a look at Matthew 22 and 37. This will probably be a two-part video as well for me. Let's go ahead here. Matthew 22 and verse 37. Come on down. Come on down. Here we are. It says, "And Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment." Now, because you don't know precept upon precept, you aren't aware that reads a different way in Mark. Why? Because they want to deceive you. If you don't know, the Bible is corrupted. That doesn't mean it's not true. So Muslims, for all of you preaching the Bible is corrupt, I agree. It doesn't mean it's not true. Chapter 12 of Mark and verse 29. "And Jesus answered him, The first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel." Oops. Have you not read that before for me? Let me focus better here for you. "The Lord our Lord is one Lord, and thou shalt love him with all thy heart, mind, soul, body." But look at the second is like unto it. "Thou shalt love thy neighbor." Who neighbor? That means the nations round about you. You're supposed to love them too. But because he hasn't been taught by an Israelite, he's been taught by his white supremacist people and carrying our records and our books, he doesn't know this. Where it says, "Hear, O Israel." Well, if you don't know, Israel is the chosen people. So, Brother Ryan, If you're not Israel, you ain't chosen. And something tells me you are of Caucasoid consent. And if you are, that's what people don't understand. Spanish doesn't mean Hispanic. Mexicans, a lot of them are Caucasoid, colonization people. And even if he is Negroid descent, not all Israel is Israel, like I've said before. The last verse on his chest, John 3:16. But of course, let's take a look at John 3:16. Let's take a look at John 3:16. And you see it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, for whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Now, this is what they say. See, brother, it doesn't matter. Well, you see, that world and that whosoever is confusing you, but precept upon precept will solve your confusion. Let me show you. Isaiah 45:17 says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. How long is everlasting? They shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World. What? World. What? World without end. So you see, that is the world that John 3:16 is talking about. And as for the whosoever, if you go to Acts chapter 2, is explained as well. Verse 21 and 22. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Oh, whosoever, brother, wait a minute. 22, ye men of Israel. Who? Ye men of Israel. Hear these words. So salvation is of the Jews, aka the Israelites, not of the Edomites. Sorry, Ryan. You didn't know that? Last but not least now. Let's see here. Last but not least. Brother Ryan, did you not know that Leviticus 19, the Torah, the law, has something there that you should know if you're running around professing to be a Christian? Nobody can touch you and all this foolishness. In verse 28, it says this, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. That, my dear boy, is tattoos, Brother Ryan. See, you just haven't been taught by the chosen people. Getting some ink on your shoulder saying chosen doesn't make you chosen. That's what white Jesus syndrome does too. Makes you think wild, crazy, outrageous things. And make wild, crazy, outrageous statements like you made. To finish up, I know you have time. You got about a year, right? So I'm not holding you. Let's see the real Ryan. Have you seen this tattoo for me? What's that on his right arm for me? It's a skull and a serpent. Death and Satan. You know I'm going to always hit y'all with that truth bomb. That's who he worships. It's on his right arm. And I saw Satan sitting at his right arm. Zechariah chapter 3. Satan has him. He's no Christian. He's just a satanic disciple. His father the devil. And the lusts of his father he shall do. Is that not enough? Look at his fist here. Now I want you to look at his fist here. That's an all-seeing eye. Who are you really, Ryan? Aminye na kamo na wo. Aminye na kamo na wo. May the Lord repay you to your face, Ryan. You are a disgrace to your community. You are a disgrace to yourself. And we, the black community, don't want anything to do with you. Apologize. I don't care if you try to take it back or not. Issue your apology and be on your way. You will not be receiving any more support from the black community. Y'all are so big and bad, you're going to learn that we have a lot more power than y'all might think as a people. That's why they're scrambling and bringing in literally millions of illegal aliens to try to be the buffer class to cover our vote now. We're showing you just how powerful our vote is. And we're not voting for you, Ryan. Because we're not voting for Satan, and we're no longer voting for our own destruction. We don't care what celebrities say, they're not our leaders. We are the soil. We are the people. We are the chosen. And you, Ryan, are out. Try. Midday Blah. Pow.